Have you ever driven onto your own property, only to discover someone else had already claimed it? That's exactly what happened to me. I'm Ethan Walker, a third-generation ranch owner in Colorado. My family has owned 2,300 acres of rolling pasture, forest, and grazing land since my grandfather bought it in 1958. Every fence line, every creek, every dirt road had been surveyed, recorded, and passed down through the family. So imagine my surprise when I returned from a 3-week cattle auction trip and found a large wooden sign at the entrance to my ranch. Welcome to Pine Ridge Estates, HOA property beyond this point. I actually laughed. At first, I assumed someone had placed it on the wrong road. Then I noticed something even stranger. Brand new speed limit signs, decorative flower beds, freshly painted white fence posts, and an electronic gate, built directly across my private ranch road. I stopped my truck, got out, and walked toward the gate. Before I could even reach it, a woman wearing an HOA badge stepped out of a golf cart. "Excuse me," she said confidently. "Residents only." I smiled politely. "I'm not a resident." "Then you'll need to turn around." "I can't." "And why is that?" "Because you're standing at the entrance to my ranch." She laughed. "No, sir. Pine Ridge Estates purchased this access road from the developer last year." I looked around. Behind her were dozens of expensive homes that had recently been built next to my property. The subdivision was real. The HOA was real. But the road? That belonged to me. I asked if she had any paperwork. She proudly handed me a folder containing HOA maps and developer brochures. Everything looked impressive, until I unfolded the survey. The highlighted HOA boundary ended nearly 800 feet before reaching my entrance. Somehow, someone had simply assumed the road continued into HOA property. It didn't. I calmly explained that the ranch road had existed for more than 60 years and had never been sold. She crossed her arms. "Our attorney says otherwise." I thanked her, got back into my truck, and drove home another way through an old service trail. That evening, curiosity got the better of me. I visited the county records office. Within an hour, I had certified copies of every deed my family had ever owned. There it was, the original survey from 1958, the ranch entrance, the gravel road. Every single foot belonged to our property. Not only that, I found something the HOA probably wished had stayed buried. A forgotten easement agreement from 1972. It allowed neighboring ranches to use the road for agricultural purposes only. Residential traffic wasn't even mentioned. That meant the subdivision had no automatic legal right to use it. The next morning, I met with a property attorney. His first question was simple. "Has anyone ever asked your permission?" "No." "Have they ever paid for access?" "Never." He smiled. "Then this is about to get interesting." A week later, survey crews arrived. Bright orange flags stretched across the ranch entrance while engineers confirmed every property marker. Residents gathered to watch. Many looked confused. Most had been told the entrance road belonged to the HOA. It didn't. Then came the board meeting. I attended with my attorney and a stack of county records. The HOA president insisted they had purchased legal access from the developer. My attorney quietly slid the certified deeds across the table. Silence filled the room. Then came the real surprise. The developer had never owned the entrance road in the first place. They had sold something they didn't legally possess. Suddenly, the entire room changed. Board members stopped arguing. Residents started asking questions. The HOA attorney asked for a short recess. When everyone returned 20 minutes later, their tone was completely different. Instead of demanding ownership, they asked to negotiate. Over the next month, both sides worked toward a solution. I had no interest in trapping families or blocking emergency vehicles. Most homeowners had bought their houses believing the developer's promises. They weren't the villains. So we reached an agreement. The HOA would receive a recorded access easement. In return, they would pay fair compensation for the land, maintain the entrance road at their expense, and permanently acknowledge that ownership remained with my family. The county approved the agreement. The fake ownership claims disappeared. The entrance sign was replaced with one that simply welcomed visitors to Pine Ridge Estates without claiming my ranch. Today, the road is still there. Families drive across it every day. The difference is simple. Everyone now knows exactly who owns it. And every year, the HOA sends a maintenance report and follows the agreement they once tried to ignore. Sometimes disputes aren't settled by shouting louder. They are settled by opening the oldest file in the county archives. One forgotten document changed everything. If you enjoyed this HOA story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments, where are you watching from?